Welcome back to another video. This is just going to be an update video with some news that's come out about Wingbits. I'm going to try not to make it too long. I know y'all are ready for the weekend. I know I am. It's been a very long week, and I think we got a long week ahead of us. Down here in South Louisiana, we got this very rare phenomenon with this foreign substance coming out the air. At least it's predicted to next week, and that is snow. And looking at my pictures, the last time it snowed down here was about 2017. And I tell everybody, we average about 6, 7, 8 years between snow occurrences. And it's about that time. And right now our forecasts are anywhere from a few flurries and some sleet to literally 6 inches of snow. And they have already started shutting down schools, businesses, and everything. We don't know how to deal with that down here. We have people that can't drive in pure sunlight, let alone in that kind of weather. So that's what we got to look forward to the beginning of the week. I don't know if I'm going to be working or not. If I'm going to be home, I'm going to be home dealing with all my passive income projects, trying to catch up on a lot of knick-knack stuff. I got some projects I'm getting into, some new projects I found, and trying to catch up some videos with y'all also. So what y'all here for today is Wingbits. Wingbits has some news that has come out that has hit their Discord, and depending on how you look at it, good news, bad news, a little bit of both maybe. I know people are really looking forward to getting their Geosigners that are coming to them, and people have also placed many orders for the new Wingbits or the Wingbits Geosigner combined devices, whether that's from HiFix or Helium Deploy or any of the other sites out there, and people are ready to get those. I don't doubt that at all, but we've had some hiccups with that. So we're going to go over what those hiccups are, and let's hit it. So we went over this last night in my live. Every Thursday nights, normally about 7 p.m. Yesterday's was a little bit later because I went hunting, so it took me a little bit longer to get home. But hunting season's over pretty much this weekend, so I'll be back to a normal schedule of uploading videos, lives. I know y'all are super excited about that news. And I'm thinking about incorporating a few more live events because it seems that people like those. And sometimes it's a little bit easier. So, and there's a lot of stuff that goes back and forth. So if y'all miss my lives, y'all check those out. Also, make sure that you subscribe to this Twitter X because there's a lot of news that comes out that I just hurry up and just, when I can't do a video in the middle of the day because I have a full-time job, I make sure I try to repeat or repost some of that stuff on Twitter so that y'all see that. Also, the usual spiel, please make sure you like this video. If you haven't subbed yet, please subscribe or consider subscribing. I appreciate having you. And make sure you hit that little bell notification because there's some videos I put out very last minute because that's me. And I would hate for you to miss that. And sometimes you don't get the news. Sometimes news is about Wingbit stations like this. And people are, they'll say, I wasn't aware that this was happening. And I'm like, I put a video out. You might have missed it. So if you're going to sub, make sure you hit the bell notification. And again, hit the like button. So last night on my live, we discussed a recent announcement about Wingbits, about their Geosigners, which a lot of us who have BYOD devices, that's you bring your own devices. That was the Pi's and different things like that, that we could, we could convert an old Helium device, put Raspberry OS or something on it and make our own Wingbits home device. Well, they announced they needed Geosigners. And I'm not going to go to, I got enough videos about all this stuff. I'm trying to make videos not as long. They don't need to be, the snow doesn't need to be a 30-minute video. So I want basically discuss that. And then also what's the status on the Helium devices or the Helium GeoNet devices that y'all purchased and what those statuses are. So let's, since I have it pulled up right here, we're going to go over this announcement. This announcement came from Robin with Wingbits. Again, I fully support this project. The fact that these guys put their real selves out there, they do AMAs, fully doxed. Some projects don't do that, or some projects kind of just give you a name and don't put out all the information you need on who they are and what they're about. And this team does that. Even one of the guys last night was involved in my live and talking back and forth with people and stuff like that, helping out. So I fully support the team. And one day we're going to do an AMA. They've already agreed to do it. It's just finding the time and making sure it's done right. But last night they came out with this update. So last night they came out with this update. This is from Robin again. and he basically stated shipping update on WB200 and MGW310, which the WB200 is just a standalone Wingbit station that Hotfix is manufacturing for the Wingbits team, and the MGW310 is the Wingbits / GeoNet device that's being manufactured by Hotfix. So production's well underway. They've been rigorously testing the hardware to ensure it meets performance standards. They found an issue. Recently, testing revealed a performance improvement opportunity for the device. Hotfix identified an issue where a coupler was producing too much noise and confirmed a hardware adjustment will resolve it. Together, we took the tough decision to delay shipping in order to ensure maximum quality for that final product. Adjustments will be besides removing the coupler, Hotfix will now install, and I think this is a big deal right here, Hotfix will also install a high-end LNA to the device, which is an amplifier. This piece is quite pricey, but Hotfix is actually absorbing the cost for the added component. In addition to that, when it rains, it pours. There's now a delay due to the Chinese New Year. The adjustment requires more time than they have before Chinese New Year holiday. The Chinese New Year holiday, factories close for 2 weeks. You know, we got 2 days off. They're getting 2 weeks for Chinese New Year, but I understand Chinese New Year is a big deal for them. Happy New Year to anybody watching in China. So now the new shipping timeline is going to be end of February. If you have a reserved hex, no one will face any issues, and everyone will have a minimum 60-day additional extension from the date. So if you were worried about your, I think that it's kind of already passed once, because we ordered in, they were ordered in October. So your first 60 days was up in December. So those were extended again. And if there needs to be, they'll be extended again. So there is a stage link of a stage that they did. And from what I understand, that's now uploaded on YouTube. But they had a stage AMA with GeoNet on there. So you can kind of get that information. You know, so what does this basically mean? Basically, kind of self-explanatory. In my live, there was some mixed kind of emotions on it. Me, while yes, I'd love to get this thing in my hand, I can also understand what the reputation or the drama would be, if that's the word, of what it would be if people got these devices in hands and then we found out about some kind of issues. So I am glad that they're doing this kind of testing, rigorous testing. They could have easily, hey, noise isn't going to bother nobody. Nobody's going to know about it. It could have easily shipped these out. They didn't do that. So I think that's pretty cool of them. They know they were going to get some pushback, which just like any project at all, the pushback with, hey, you told us these devices were coming in February, and you know, I mean, you told us these devices were going to come in January, and now it's going to be February. Wah. Again, the improved LNA, in addition, for people who don't understand RF, getting rid of that RF noise or wherever that noise was coming from is going to be just as good as adding an LNA. When you can clean up an RF signal with less noise, producing a cleaner noise, you're going to get a lot more faint signals. And let's be honest, when you have some kind of aircraft that is maybe, you know, if your normal range is 250 miles and an airplane is at 240 miles and you can't get that signal because it's a tad too weak, if you have a lot of noise in your signals that you're receiving or in your station, you might miss those. And just think of the amount of aircraft you could be having at 240, 250, 260 miles away, if not more, 300, 350. With a cleaner, quieter signal, your device can now detect those aircraft that are that far away. So yes, this got pushed back 4 weeks, but I think it's going to be a double improvement. They're clearing up the noise, then giving you an improved LNA. So again, I'm just happy that they're doing this rigorous testing where they could just plugged it in and said, yeah, look, we're receiving aircraft from 200, 250, 300 miles away, 300, 400 kilometers away, and called it a day and wrapped it all up with a cute little bow and shipped it out to y'all. They didn't. They found this noise, and they had a conference about it apparently and sent it out. I think this is a good thing. I don't want to keep rambling on it, but I know that seeing the comments, because somebody's going to find, look, I know I'm the number one person that says I can find something negative, anything. I don't see that much negative in this because they found this during production. If they would have shipped these items out and then said there was an issue with them, can you imagine the pushback and feedback that Wingbits would have got? Y'all charged us $600, $500. Y'all charged us $1,000 for MGW 310, $1,000, and y'all couldn't fix this problem then. So they did it. And of course, you had people saying, stuff like, I can't believe they manufactured all of them and then they're going to find it or whatever it was. Listen, I'm happy that this is getting done. Do I want this device? Yes. Do I want to get it in my hands and set up? Yes. Do I want to be able to do an unboxing video and show y'all? Yes. Now, they also posted, for people who didn't see it, a kind of an unboxing picture of what this is exactly going to look like. And here it is. So as you can see, you have the main device right here. You have this universal code, or universal cord, or whatever you want to call it, cable that everybody asks 1,000 questions about. You have the antenna right here. This is a 3 dBi antenna that Mike, or actually from Wingbits, explained to us last night. I'm assuming that this is the mounting pole right here. And he actually gave a hint that there is a few more little knickknacks available that are in here. You have the power cable. So you can see that this power cable is connected to this cable. And also you have a spot for Ethernet. He explained something about doing some type of Ethernet splitter or something like that for PoE, but we discussed that in kind of in a different video. But either way, you can see where all the products are. I think this is gonna be pretty cool, and so you kind of know what they look like now, at least on the test side of everything. Now you never know with some of these changes. You could have a little bit of tweaking in that. I don't know. So also talking now about Geosigners. For those who had BYOD devices, you had your own device like this at home with a little potato, sweet potato, orange pie, raspberry pie, or anything like that you put your own device on, along with a SDR. You need Geosigners now. Again, I have plenty of videos of it. I'm not going to hash that out. And they came out with this announcement about a week ago that they found an issue with one of the attachments, and one of the attachment issues were, as you can see on here, there is a little pin in here, and this pin was floating. In other words, when you screwed it, the pin could be pushed back into the cable. So they had to basically recrimp all the satellite wires. They kind of told us about it, and that it was going to end up getting it fixed. And the Geosigner is now on its way to this third-party logistics. That was last week. So the good news for this is we have learned that Geosigners have begun to ship out. There are several people in the Wingbits general Discord saying they now have Geosigners on its way. These are, I call it FIFO, but first in, first out. People like me who procrastinated for the first couple, even though I was telling y'all, hey, you need to go to Wingbits Discord and go and or go into your dashboard and add your shipping address for Geosigners. And I'm telling people to do it, and I'm making videos telling people to do it, and yet I didn't go do it myself for a week or two. So I'm a little bit behind on the shipping priority. So this is a notification that somebody got stating that their device, which is the Geosigner, on the way. Mike says he got one as well, and there are several people now who are saying that they got tracking orders, tracking numbers. You go into the Wingbit store and see this. I checked mine. I don't see anything saying I got mine shipped, but hey, at least Geosigners are on the way. And one more thing I want to say, because this question has come up a lot for those who are still following along. Geosigners are not replacing your SDR. You're still going to need this hooked up to your your Raspberry Pi or whatever you do it yourself device was, bring your own device was, like this. And then this is going to go to your antenna. Again, now we're talking about do-it-yourself devices. This has nothing to do with the Wingbits or GeoNet stations. You're bringing your own device. You're going to have this. This is going to go to your antenna to pick up the aircraft. And then your Geosigner is going to come with one of these also, these flexible extensions that you can put in a USB. And that's going to have another device similar to the size of this with its own antenna port off the side. And that's going to have a GPS antenna. So you still have to keep this on there. There's people out there who are telling people or assuming or whatever that's going on that the Geosigner is going to replace this. It's not. This is still going to be needed to pick up the aircraft. Most Pis have 4 USBs on the side of it. So this is a Pi inside of a helium device, and it has 4 USBs. Another one, but I don't know what I did with it. Somewhere I got 2 or 3 of them because I've been working on them. But one of the issues is, and I can't remember which one it is, but I don't know if it's the little potatoes or one of the other. It might be the Pis that came out the Synchro bits, but those only have 2 USBs. So if you're like me, at some of my host locations, I always try to use Ethernet first, but sometimes you have to, there's no Ethernet available. So you have to get a USB dongle and for Wi-Fi. And if you have only 2 USB devices and you got a Wi-Fi dongle and you got one of these, well, now you don't have a USB port for your Geosigner. You're going to have to get some type of USB splitter. So, what are your options for USB splitters? I'll tell you, there's some very basic ones out there. I'm currently using right now for my ESP32 DPIN projects like Entropy, mining $25 worth a day. But I also have 4 or 5 different devices like that. So I have a basic USB powered hub like this, something similar to these, something like this with 5, 6, 7 in them. You don't need nothing that big. Now, what they also have is something like this, where you have the one that goes in and you have 2 hubs. And this is probably something I'm going to play with and then share with y'all. I know I'm going to get attacked like I normally do because I'm sharing YouTube links and making 37 cents. Bite me. But either way, if I don't want to screw with this, I'm going to end up getting this right here, which is just a male to double female and something like this. If these things aren't drawing a lot of power, this is fine. If we think we're going to have power issues, then you definitely want to use some type of powered USB type thing, something similar to this. This one doesn't look too bad. I don't need more than 4 USBs. This would come in 2 days. It's not bad at all. Actually, about a day and a half. So that's it. I hit on both of them. If you still want to, I still have my code being used on devices. I want to say that Robin said there was like 2,000 of these devices, with about 75% I think he said of devices are strictly the WB200 Wingbit stations, and then the combined devices was the other 25%, the Wingbits and GeoNet, which I can understand that because the Wingbits GeoNet devices were in American dollars about 1,000 American dollars, where if you would have bought these 2 devices separately, the Wingbits for 400 plus now, and the GeoNet, which was 600 plus now, you were spending well over $1,000. Then you had to install 2 different items. Where the Wingbits GeoNet, you're getting a discount on it. It's all combined in one. I got enough videos explaining all that without going too far. I didn't want to make this video too long. So, but again, if you go to hifix.ai or Helium Deploy, I caught flack in one of the Discords. If y'all saw that video early in the week about giving out codes and stuff. Look, people aren't going to go and buy one because I'm twisting their arm. I look at it as people are going to buy Wingbits or GeoNet devices no matter what. Why not save 10%? If you don't want to use my code, then don't use it and pay the full 10%. or the full 100% of the device. You know, I'm not sweating that no more. I said my piece on it. You know, it is what it is. I'm out here just giving the information to y'all. So hopefully I got something. If y'all got something out of this video, please make sure you hit that like button. Nothing helps out a YouTube channel out more, no matter who you're watching, than hitting that like button. And also consider subscribing. You know, I keep hovering really close to that 26,000. I keep telling people I'll hit 26,000 because I keep seeing me at 25,900 something. And I'm like, man, I got to be at 26,000 by now. And it's kind of slowed down, but it is what it is. I don't really sweat that small stuff. I thank everybody for their support through this last 2 years I've had the channel, and big bull market's coming, big bull cycle's coming. I think people have no idea what's really coming for crypto. You know, for the first time, you're going to have a very pro crypto government, and I think they're going to lead the way, and I think we need to get ready. Deep in projects are going to be very popular on top of the actual crypto that they're based off, whether it's Solana, Ethereum, AVAX, VET, Cardano, or Bitcoin itself. I think we're in for some good times. I don't think people are prepared for it. They have no idea how good it's going to be. So we'll see. Thank you all for watching. If there's any more updates, I'm sure there'll be some updates coming soon. Or if I get a Geosigner that comes in, I will be sharing it with y'all, letting y'all know. Thank you all for watching. See you all next video.